Hello everyone. Welcome back to Nebula Narratives, where we make science easy and fun. Today, we are going to dive into a super important concept from Class 7 Science, temperature and its measurement. Let's get started. First things first, what is temperature? Temperature is basically how hot or cold something is. You can feel if something is hot or cold, but to know the exact level, we use a thermometer. Temperature tells us how much thermal energy or heat an object has. For example, a cup of hot tea has more thermal energy than a cold glass of water. To measure temperature, we use a thermometer. There are two common types of thermometers you need to know about: the clinical thermometer and the laboratory thermometer. Let's break it down. 1. Clinical thermometer. It's the one used to measure our body temperature. It ranges from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius because our body temperature usually falls within this range. Have you ever used one? It has a kink in it that helps stop the mercury level from falling on its own. 2. Laboratory thermometer. It is used for experiments in the lab and measures a wider range of temperatures, from -10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. This thermometer is more precise for measuring liquids, gases, and other substances. Now, let's talk about the different scales used to measure temperature. First, the most commonly used is the Celsius scale or degrees Celsius. On this scale, 0 degrees Celsius is the freezing point of water, and 100 degrees Celsius is the boiling point. Then, we have the Fahrenheit scale, or degrees Fahrenheit. This scale is used in some countries, and water freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit and boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit. And finally, for scientific work, we use the Kelvin scale. 0 Kelvin is the absolute zero, the coldest possible temperature. Nowadays, we also have digital thermometers, which are safer and more convenient because they don't contain mercury. Mercury is a toxic substance and can be dangerous if a thermometer breaks. Digital thermometers use sensors to detect temperature, giving us a quick and accurate reading. Now let's see how to use a clinical thermometer properly. First, make sure the mercury level is below 35 degrees Celsius. Then place it under your tongue or in your armpit for a minute to get an accurate reading. Did you know that the normal body temperature is about 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit? Before we wrap up, here's an important difference between heat and temperature. Heat is the energy that flows from a hot object to a cold one. Temperature, on the other hand, is just the measure of how hot or cold something is. For example, a cup of boiling water and a bucket of lukewarm water. The bucket has more water, so it has more heat, even though the cup has a higher temperature. Interesting, right? Let's summarize the key points from today's lesson. 1. Temperature is the measure of how hot or cold something is. 2. We measure temperature using thermometers, clinical for body temperature and laboratory for experiments. 3. Temperature is measured in Celsius, DGC, Fahrenheit, DGF, and Kelvin, K. 4. Digital thermometers are safer than mercury thermometers. 5. Heat is energy, while temperature is a measure. That's it for today's lesson. I hope now you have a better understanding of temperature and how we measure it. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Nebula Narratives for more science lessons made simple. See you next time.